Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you had to deal with someone who seemed impossible to get along with? It could be a friend, family member, or even a stranger. Yes, it can be very stressful, and we've all been there. But don't be afraid. This movie will talk about an interesting and tried-and-true philosophy that can help you not only deal with difficult people, but also thrive when they present you with problems. Right on cue, we're going to talk about Stoicism. Stoicism is an old way of thinking about philosophy that has been helping people for hundreds of years. Its timeless wisdom gives us useful tools and ideas to deal with life's toughest problems, like how to deal with difficult people. Watch this video and we'll show you how the ideas behind Stoicism can change the way you deal with difficult people. You can use what you've learned in your daily life because we'll break it down into simple steps. This is what the rest of the video will be about. First, we'll look at some interesting stories that show how hard it can be to deal with tough people. These stories will help us relate to real events and feel what those events feel like. Then, we'll transition into the heart of our discussion, where we'll explore Stoic principles and strategies that can turn these challenging encounters into opportunities for personal growth and inner peace. Are you ready to start this Stoic journey for learning how to deal with difficult people? Do not miss any of our useful thoughts. Click the subscribe button and the bell. Let's begin. Okay, let's jump right in, shall we? Think about this. A few years ago, I worked in an office that was very stressful. It often felt like a pressure cooker about to blow up because of the constant stress, short schedules, and demanding co-workers. Let's call him John. But one of my co-workers seemed to be able to make everyone mad. He was always negative and quick to point the finger. He also had a way of making even the simplest jobs seem like they were impossible to complete. I remember one day when we were told to work together on a very important project. It was a bad idea from the start. John's bad mood was always there, like a dark cloud over everything we did. The way John was acting made me frustrated, angry, and, to be honest, helpless. It was hurting not only my work, but also my health in general. I knew I had to deal with him, but how? When things got bad, I turned to Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us that we can't change what other people do or how they act, but we can change how we respond and how we think. Being Stoic saved my life during those hard times. It helped me understand what I could handle and what I couldn't. It helped me take a step back and think about how I was reacting instead of getting caught up in the mess John was making. We're going to talk about the Stoic ideas that changed how I deal with difficult people like John in this video. We'll talk about ideas like managing your reactions, understanding what's within your control, and practicing patience. So fasten your seatbelts, because we're about to embark on a journey that can empower you to handle even the most challenging individuals with grace, resilience, and a newfound sense of inner peace. Stoic principles for dealing with difficult people. We've reached the most important part of our journey. The Stoic principles that can change how you deal with difficult people. Each one will be broken down step by step, with clear explanations and real-life examples. Principle 1. Understanding what's within your control. Stoicism tells us to focus on the things we can change and accept the things we can't. Most of the time, we can't change how difficult people act, but we can change how we respond to them. For example, if a coworker always says bad things about your work, you can't change what they say, but you can change how you react to it. Stoicism says that instead of getting angry, you should take their criticism seriously and use it to get better. Principle 2. Practicing patience. As a Stoic, patience is very important. It means realizing that people may act in ways we find hard because of their own problems or views. We can be patient and understanding instead of trying to change them. Think about having to wait in a long queue at the store. You're getting angry because the person in front of you is taking so long. To be Stoic, you have to keep telling yourself that being impatient won't move the queue along faster. It's about keeping your peace of mind. Principle 3. Managing your reactions. Stoicism tells us to stop and think about how we respond when bad things happen. It's not about hiding your feelings. It's about dealing with them in a healthy way. Let's say a tough coworker sends you a mean email. Take a big breath before you respond. Stoicism teaches us to be smart about how we react and make sure it fits with our ideals and principles. Principle 4. Maintaining inner peace and tranquility. Seeking inner peace and tranquility may be the most important thing you can learn from Stoicism. It means realizing that our peace of mind is the most valuable thing we have, and that we should take care of it. Peace inside you is like a calm pond. Stoicism tells us to let the negative actions or words of a tough person spread through the water and fade away. And by doing that, we keep our peace and mental health. So how can you use these Stoic ideas to deal with difficult people in your own life? Thanks for asking. As promised, the next part will include useful tasks and tips that you can use right away. Stay tuned, because we're about to equip you with the tools you need to navigate these challenging situations with wisdom and resilience. Conclusion and takeaways. Yes, congratulations. You've now learned how to use Stoicism to deal with tough people. Let's go over the main Stoic ideas we've talked about again before we end. Principle 1. Understanding what's within your control. We've learned that the core of Stoicism is focusing on what we can change, like our thoughts and actions. It changes everything when it comes to dealing with tough people. Principle 2. Practicing patience. Patience, as the Stoics teach us, is a virtue that allows us to empathize with others and maintain our composure, even in challenging situations. Principle 3. Managing your reactions. Another important part of Stoicism is controlling our responses with wisdom and moderation. It makes sure that how we react is in line with our ideals. Principle 4. Maintaining inner peace and tranquility. Finally, we've explored the art of preserving our inner peace, our most precious possession, even when faced with adversity. These Stoic principles are not just abstract ideas, but practical tools you can use in your daily life. Now, more than ever, as you go out there and encounter difficult people, I encourage you to apply these Stoic teachings. Remember that changing other people isn't the goal. Changing yourself and how you react is. If you do this, working with difficult people will become a chance for you to grow as a person and find peace within yourself. But we're still not done. Please let us know what you think. Tell us about a time when you used Stoicism in your life and it worked well for you, a time when it didn't, or a question you have. Let's build a group of help and wisdom in the comments below. One last thing I'd like before we leave. If you like this movie and want to learn more about Stoic philosophy, don't forget to click subscribe and notification bell. You'll be a part of our growing group and get more useful information if you do this. And if you want to learn more about the Stoics, there are a lot of tools available.